Okay, here we go. So this is me and Tim working together to implement a kind of a subcomponent of this project activity. So what we're going to do is try to quickly code up an example of some that could help people. We're going to show some logic on how to generate a list that you retrieve from the database, and then have that list appear as links. That when you click on the links, you run some kind of a handler, and some information is passed from the link to the handler. All right, here we go. So we're going to have the PHP file that's simply going to return a list of, it's going to return a JSON object. All right, here we go. So I'm going to do this. Watch this. So Tim, just jump right in there and help me out here. So here's the PHP, and we're going to do something like write or echo. So maybe echo is the easiest, right? So it's going to be look like I need to escape that, right? So we're going to have a list with Alice and Bob in there. I'll use lowercase, so it's like IDs. So this would be a list of user IDs, and we simply return that. So we pretend as if we hit the database and return this list of user IDs. Yeah, we don't need to look at the database code. We know how to do that already. So I'm going to close this like that. Is that what happens?
I don't remember off the top of my head.
Well, we're going to test it right now, so watch. Let's see. Let's do. I'm gonna echo $C9 host name. Nothing's running, as expected. We don't need to run the database server because we're not going to hit it. So we're going to go to the. So when we request this list, that's what we get. But this is not quite working, right? Why is this coming up like that? It's not executing the PHP. Did I get the syntax wrong? Is that how you do PHP?
You need the mod.
Oh no, it's a question mark.
Yeah, there you go.
Percent.
That's right.
Yeah, I just don't use PHP that much. All right, so let's see. We're going to run this again. That works.
Yep.
Right. Okay. So we get the string. There's the JSON string. Now we're going to have that index file. And so we need index.html. We're also going to have ajax.js, and finally we need index.jsx, those three things. All right, so I think I got these in the website. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. There we go. All right, what was it here? We had that, was it in here? Dude, I can't remember now.
I remember either.
That index.html. Maybe I can grab it from your account. How's that sound?
Yeah, that sounds fine.
All right, okay. So let me grab it and go to dashboard. Share with me. All right, what's your ID?
And Meyer Timothy. So.
Okay, I get that. That's Meyer. That's it right there, right?
Yep.
Okay. And oh, you got the Ajax file too, right? Oh, look at this. You got everything we need right there. Okay.
Oh, my index.jsx is a bit bigger. It's got a lot in it.
That's big. Okay. We'll build that from scratch, so we won't look at that one. This is. I think I left this on the website, didn't I? This is it track 2?
The Ajax? Yeah, I remember pulling it off of the website. I just don't remember where.
Here it is, right there. track 2. So that gives us that. Actually, we can build everything from here. This is Ajax. Okay, that's that one. And then this is that JSX.
The index HTML should be in the React project too.
Yeah, this is how we grab this, right? And what was that? The index is in what?
The React project.
This one here?
Yeah, so you can get the library.
Oh, in your React project.
As in yours.
What's in mine?
I think so. Oh yeah.
I don't see it in there.
Maybe it's in the project? I know I copied it from something.
Oh, in project. Yeah, let's see. No, I don't see that either. Forgot where I put that. Anyway, it's we can either build it from scratch or else let's grab yours. So not that one, this one. This one is it right here. So wherever that is, we can get that. That's that, right? And index.jsx. That's it. That's all we need. So that's some boilerplate code there. It doesn't change. So here we have like an app. Is that it? Is this how we do it?
Yeah.
Hey, come on and take a seat and watch this. We're going to solve this really quickly here. So it's React dot create class. Is that how you do it?
Yeah.
And then we pass
and then
in.
You need brackets inside it too.
Brackets?
Yeah.
What do you
inside
mean?
the parentheses.
Like this?
No, sorry, not brackets.
Oh, like that.
Yeah.
Oh, so we pass in, and that's right. Now I remember. Okay. It's been a while since I did this. So then we have things like component did mount, right?
Yeah.
And that would be a function. So component did mount, and that's a function, and that does something, right?
Mm-hmm.
And also we have the what was it called? Get
initial state.
Get initial state. Yeah. That's a function. And then then we have render. Mm-hmm. Render is a function. And right now we're just going to do something silly. We're just going to say silly. All right. Well, use divs there, I guess. Make it less silly. All right. So this does nothing. This does nothing. And why is that? Shorthand property alignments are valid only in destruction. But what the heck is he talking about there? Shorthand property assignments?
It's because you don't assign it anything. I think, like the actual states.
They're going to return this. And I know we used to do this thing here. So apparently this is this going to work?
Find out.
I don't know what that error message is. I know we're operating kind of under some high pressure. Because I got to go somewhere at 1:30. All right, what is going on here? This is the index right there. Ajax. This is index.jsx. This is the JSX. Oh yeah, then we have to render into this thing. We need that. We need a little more there. Once we define the app, then we got to call React DOM. render. Is that what we do?
I think so.
And then we pass in app, and then we got to pass in the document dot get element by ID, and what do we call it? Content. I think that's it right there. And unexpected token, index.jsx, unexpected token. Oh yeah, here, like there it is. There's a problem there. What's wrong? What's going on with that assignment? This should be. Oh, that's not assignment. It's a colon. These are members of an object. And there we go. Now we got rid of the error message. Well, this is going to be flagged as needs to be globalized, right? So you just put in that little comment up there. What was it? You call it?
Take it. This is the React assignment.
Global React DOM.
One. Just to teach you how to make the list.
Global React DOM. Does that shut it down? No, I got to do it like this. And then Global React. Global Apex. This is just to get rid of those. Error messages. There it is. Silly. You got it. Okay. So we get that started. This one's yours. And let me get rid of that. So now what we want to do is when the initial state, we're going to have this this app. When we render this, we want to render a list, right? So it's a this is going to be an unnumbered list, and in here we're going to drop our list, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so now this list is going to be the list is going to take
the original array.
Yeah, we're going to have this array here. So this is going to call it. We're going to call it the users, right? So we're going to have users, which is an empty array. Okay.
Yeah.
So the list is based on these users. So the list will be. We're going to take this state, this dot state dot users, right?
Mm-hmm.
How do we map it? Right.
Yep.
And we pass in this function. The function takes an individual user, and it just returns the user itself, just for now. Okay. Does that look right or not?
Yeah.
Just to get it started. And in fact, let's put in a couple of users here. This is going to be, like AA and BBB. Okay. Is that gonna render that thing or not? It's gonna be. Oh wait, we want this to be like a list item, right?
Oh yeah.
And get rid of that.
I'm gonna make it key too.
We got to put a key in there.
Yeah, I think so.
Inside the list item.
Yeah, inside the first one right there. Yeah.
Yeah, key equals
User or bracket user.
Yeah, we got to do that. There we go. That's a good idea. We'll just take care of it now. All right, so that's so the list, React can maintain the list, keep it in the same order. When we pull users out and add new ones in, it can sort of maintain some kind of an order so it doesn't shift around too much. You think that's going to work? Let's see. It says user. So, oh, that's because of this. This should be
Yeah, brackets.
user. I think. So what you said? There it is. Now, now what we want to do is get it from the database or simulate a database, right? So when the thing mounts, we're going to call this Ajax function, and it's going to be list.php. That's the script, and then the callback function, and this is the response that comes in, right? This is the response, and that closes that off right there. We're going to call that thing.
I think we might have to put no in the middle so that it doesn't send a request.
Oh, we don't want to send anything. That's right. Thank you. That's a null there. Good. So now when we get this thing, we check for errors and things like that, but we're going to leave that out for now. What we're going to do is we're just going to set the state, and it's going to be users colon response dot. Actually, it's an array there, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
So that's not normally what we would send, would it? It would be, we're going to send something like this, aren't we? So this is going to be in quotes. We're going to send the users list like this, and then close this guy off like that. All right?
Yeah.
I think that's it. So once again, when we get just test out, that's the list of users, parse error.
Cut a quote outside of brackets.
I missed that.
Oh, what?
So this should be, oh yeah, that's a list. That should be in there, right there. Yeah. Okay. We got, still got it wrong, right? What the heck? Parse error. Users expecting comma or semicolon. So this is going to be, what we're doing is just sending a string. Okay. Oh, that's it. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. See the value of testing?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now here, we don't need that. That's done. So we set this state, response.users. Does that look right?
Yeah.
And when we do that, this render function is going to run again. And then we're going to produce a different list. Instead of AAA and BBB, it's going to say Alice and Bob. Here goes the test. It doesn't work. Set state of undefined. Ah, I know the problem. You know what it is? Can't call set state. This is undefined, right?
Oh, yep. That's
Yeah, so we gotta call bind. So we gotta define this. So when the callback runs, this has to refer to this app element. You got to think about that for a while.
Yeah, the bind fucking is annoying.
Yeah. So now we got it. That's working. Now we want to make these clickable, and then we're done. So these guys have to be clickable. Now, you know, I saw someone do this. I think this is they did this thing. They called it like a list item. Like a make a list item rather than cramming it in there. I can't remember now how they did that. List item.
I don't know if that's how I did it.
And they do function. That's how you did it?
No, I didn't. I put the OnClicks inside the return.
Let me see if I can do this. Here, wait, this is the map function, right? So this So this will be, I think we take it out of here. Watch this. So take that thing out of here, and we just call list item. And so this will be a user, okay? And then we just get it like that. See? That just makes this simpler to look at. And but there's an error here. What's going on? This is return. Oh yeah, we don't need this part. We don't need that part there. There we go. Let's see if that works. This says list item. Oh, this should be this down. Look at how helpful that little underlining is. So the editor's doing a good job. So let's see if this still works. It does. So we broke it out a little bit, make it a little simpler to look at. Now what we want to do is make this thing clickable, right? So this is going to be A, like this, right? And then closing the A here, right? And then when we click it, there's this OnClick function. And right now it's going to be, we're going to make it just do like alerts. We're just going to make it alert something, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And we want it to, I know this is a trick here, we're going to bind it to null and hi. So it'll just say hi. So that has to be executed. So when we put this in braces here, what it does is it runs this code. It takes the result and assigns it to OnClick. So this bind is a function. We call it alert is a function. It's a built-in function. When we call bind on it, every function has bind. You can call bind on any function. So bind wraps alert inside another function that just calls alert, passing in hi as its first argument, and using null for this. So that's how that works. So let's see if that works. Now these are not underlined, but they work, right?
Oh yeah, that's good.
Yeah, but they're not underlined. I don't know why they're not underlined. Maybe because I didn't have an href in there.
Yeah. Probably.
Let me try that.
There's one thing different.
Href equals like nothing, or like sometimes I see that. I don't know the best thing to put in there. Let's see if that underlines it. It does. All right. Okay. And now what we got to do is instead of calling alert, we got to call this other function. It's going to be like OnClick, right? I'm going to call it OnClick function. And the OnClick, we want that. Yeah, thanks. We want to pass in the user ID when that thing gets called. Okay. So here, instead, so this OnClick is going to be this dot OnClick dot bind null, no, this user. So we're gonna call our OnClick function. So when this element gets clicked, we're gonna call our OnClick function, passing in the user as the first argument, and this will be equal to this app component. So then we can just access that. So when the thing is clicked, we're going to alert the user. How does that look? Is that going to work? Let's see. So Alice, look at that. Bob. That's it, isn't it? That's what we wanted to do. So that's a simple illustration of how to build a list of linkable items, and that when you click on the item, that you run a handler that gets the information about the item that you want to pass to it. So that's needed for the project. That's it. We're done.